Hello and
Hello,
welcome.
welcome to day number 3 of the webinar series, The Awakening of Humanity.
So we're here in Shasta and welcome to everyone. And we're very excited because we might well get some snow here tonight.
And we already have a frozen ground outside.
There's lots of snow on Mount Shasta already and it looks really, really beautiful.
So we have people signing in from all over the world and we welcome all of you. And if you're listening to the replay video, we welcome you as well.
Yes, indeed. So it's really beautiful here. I was watching the sunset last night on the mountain, and the snow on the mountain became this incredible pinky, peachy color as the sunset. So
We'll show you a picture of that tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the third day, and very often when we do these 4-day workshops here in Shasta, on the third day, that's when a lot of personal issues are brought to the surface and resolved. And in fact, that's what happened during this workshop as well. There was a lot of individual work happening with Alcazar, and we won't go into the details of that because that's personal, but it was very much part of, in a sense, clearing the old out of the way so that we could continue to build the energy field with less and less resistance. And so actually, if people have questions, we may have a little time after the break to take some of those questions if you find that there's things coming up. Because after yesterday's, Jules and I had a pretty intense experience.
We had, so we'll tell you what happened. Both Fergie and myself during the second meditation, which was the toroid meditation, we went out, like gone. And what happened was we had to come back with the 2-minute warning before we had to come talk to you again. So we were like, okay, here we are. But something happened after that that lasted at least like
many hours.
5 hours. Yeah. We were just completely gone. Just not gone. We were really spaced out.
Yeah.
Still maybe a little spaced out. Yeah. And what happened, what that was striking was that it was not just me or not just Pergi, it was both of us. And it was probably the most, how would you describe that? It was just hard to do anything.
Yeah. We just basically had to relax and allow the integration of whatever it was that was happening.
Yeah. And we were wondering, what did happen? And I was hoping maybe it was something really cool on a higher dimensional level.
And so, we're always curious, what's happening to you after the meditation, not just during the time that we're together here on the webinar, but what happened afterwards.
So go ahead and type in the chat box because we want to hear about how has this webinar series been for you so far? How have you been in these 2 days that you've been participating?
But also it's really helpful to share it on the Stargate Experience
Academy, the Facebook group.
On the Facebook group, because that way everyone can read it, because sometimes the chat, after the chat box is gone, then share it on the Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep up with that. And for those people that follow the Academy Facebook page, we're back home now. We'll be in Hawaii relaxing. And so we'll be communicating much more and responding much more than we have done over the last few months when we were traveling.
So we're getting some good responses from people already. Quite a few people are saying they similarly had to just relax and do nothing after the second meditation yesterday. I'm not surprised. Maybe Alcazar can say a little bit about that. I would love to hear it. Great. Oh, cool. Marcy's saying blissful yet out of it. Cool. Apparently there's a supermoon tonight.
I felt that this morning I couldn't get out of bed. Hi, Kathy. Well, that's a problem that Jules has every single day.
Ha ha ha. I got out of bed for you guys. And she also says feeling so much love and upgrading going on. That also happens to me every day. Just kidding. Someone saying I had to sleep afterward immediately, and then pain in the head. No, I'm okay again. Good. Usually when these pains come up and then leave, it's
a releasing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we might have mentioned that before in the webinar, but sometimes aches and pains come up during these meditations. And that's actually a great thing because it's a releasing of things that you've been holding in your body in the past. Repressed thoughts and feelings, which are actually being brought to your awareness so you can release them. So if aches and pains do come up, as I said before, focus your awareness on that place and just say to yourself with intention, I let go of all the repressed thoughts, all the repressed feelings. I just let them go. I let them go.
Susan saying she was extremely expanded and powerful and joyful. That's great.
Yeah.
Great, great, great. Someone saying this is my first time experiencing a webinar like this, and it's been so activated. Lots of shadow coming up last night. And some of the most intense dreams I've ever had. I feel so much clearing happening. Yeah, that's that clearing we're talking about that happens on day 3 of these intensives for a lot of people.
And as we've said many times before, a lot of that can just come up and be released without a lot of thought or action on your part, just your intention, a sincere intention to be free of these limitations from your past. And the ones that do need your conscious awareness, before you can release them, they will come up in your life as well. And that requires you to look at those issues a little deeper and see what was it that created that. And am I ready to let it go now? Am I ready to change my behavior in order to be free?
Someone saying, I felt very calm and relaxed after the second meditation, like there's no dramas in the world and around me, knowing that whatever is coming and happening is just fine, just like full acceptance. That's beautiful.
Janice had a burst of energy, then had to lie down or to relax for the rest. Yeah. Actually, I had a really, really great sleep last night after all that.
I did too. Yeah, a lot of questions coming in, so we'll be looking at those during the break.
Mariah's saying that she had some inner child stuff coming up. That's great also. Again, that's some of the early releasing happening.
And we did do a webinar last year about how to connect with your inner child with a meditation. So maybe we'll share that link with you guys so you can listen to it again.
Catherine feeling homesick for Lemuria.
That's one thing that will happen today is actually connecting again to the Lemurians, but also connecting to what Alcazar calls our family from our home in the stars.
Maybe we should say a little bit more about that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move into that.
Okay. So it has been briefly touched on already, but for those people that haven't really heard this explanation, Alcazar has said that we all are universal beings. We've lived elsewhere before we became human. And for us, it seems like we've been here forever, very often 100 or more lifetimes here in the human form. But before that, we lived elsewhere. And Alcazar said that there are many of these very advanced races, and they've all become enlightened. The whole civilization in all these different places has become enlightened. And they evolved over many millions of years, some of them. The Pleiadians, apparently, who were the last society to become enlightened as a whole, that happened for them more than 1 million Earth years ago. And the Pleiadians are the ones that actually came to Earth and adjusted our DNA which made it possible then for the prehistoric man, which was still more of an animal than a man, allowed that ability for consciousness to come into humankind. And this is the way that the universe continues to expand. And Alcazar said that in our distant future, when humanity has become enlightened as a whole, we will be then assisting another planetary civilization who are beginning to develop already.
The planet is being prepared.
And life is on it, but it's not it's not developed yet. But that's, again, that will be the next step of expansion of the universe. But that's a long, long way off.
So what is this family, this home system? For some, it's a planet. And for some, it's a non-physical place. In one of the first intensives that I ever came to, when I had just discovered the Stargate and I wasn't yet working with Prayeet, Alcazar guided this meditation of actually journeying to this place that you call home in the universe. And for me, what I discovered was just this almost like orb-like, super, super, super loving beings. And it was definitely a reconnection feeling. And then what they showed me was this total freedom. They were like, we're able to be this loving because we are completely free. Like, it was like they could go into these places where they would go through the dimensions and become geometry. And this sense of just being able to move and having all the space. And another friend of mine, Kim, who was there with me, actually had this experience of a cat planet. So instead of humanoid, they were these cats, and they would pray and meditate, and then they would also play like all day. So there are so many varied experiences that people have when they reconnect to their home.
And also, many of those beings don't have physical bodies as we do, many different forms of body types. Yeah. So you'll get a really special connection to the star family in the first meditation. So I think we're probably ready to prepare for the next meditation.
I'm excited.
So again, we'll start by inviting the etheric stargates, and we'll guide you through that. Because
we wanted to show them pictures of the toroid again, because Alcazar, as Prayeet has been mentioning, is continuing this process with the toroidal energy field.
So let's do that right now.
Pull up the images so you guys can see them again.
These are the ones that we saw yesterday. And this is the energetic shape, this kind of donut that was created around the Stargate. And the energies were spiraling around this donut shape. And in this next picture, you can see the blue and the green lines spiraling around. Now, in the experience here, the energies were spiraling in both directions simultaneously. On this diagram, it looks like they're all going in one direction, but actually it's going in both directions at the same time around the Stargate. And as the energy gets faster and faster, it starts to create this vertical energy, which is moving up and down through the Stargate. And so on this next picture, you can get an impression of what that's like. And as you can see, it's going up and down. Now, what's happening in this next meditation is you see those energies are beginning to curl around at the top and at the bottom. And what happens as the spiraling gets faster and faster, those energies spiral around and join into that toroid shape as well. So we get the vertical column, and those energies, which are from the inner earth and from the galactic craft, those energies join into the energies that's spiraling around the Stargate, spiraling through us as individuals, and it starts to collect our own energy. as well as everything else that's happening. So it's building up and building up more and more energy in this spiral form.
And this is all a preparation for what's to come
tomorrow, which is the big one.
the big one.
And that's why we were invited, or we felt very strongly that we had to do this webinar.
Alcazar was setting that up from day one.
He was, yes.
It's pretty interesting.
We had no idea until we realized when he starts to say, well, thousands of people are going to be watching this.
Yeah. And I had this moment during the live workshop where Alcazar said, your Stargate, instead of like the Stargate, which he usually does in that context. And I was like, why is he saying your Stargate? And then when I was listening to it yesterday on the recording, I was like, oh, because you're all with your own etheric Stargate.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's great having a spirit guide.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay.
Okay, so we're ready to start the meditation.
So as always, we'll turn our camera off. We'll invite you to relax, go inside, make yourself comfortable.
We'll guide you, first of all, to create the etheric Stargate, and then we'll go into the recorded meditation.
And so, beloved ones, we join you again, and we invite you to simply relax, allowing yourself to visualize as if your body could sink into the earth, fully supported by your Gaia. And just invite the energy of the earth to flow into your body, into your energy field. So we call for the energy of Gaia.
And so each one of you, just allowing the earth's energy to come up into the body, into your energy field. Very good. And now, each one of you asking inside for an etheric Stargate to come down around you. So just gently asking and allowing yourself to sense, to imagine, to visualize a Stargate coming down around you. So you are seated or lying down inside this structure. If there are those of you who do not know what a Stargate looks like, you can visualize a pyramid coming over you. It is your intention that is important. And with the visualization, actually, a Stargate will, in fact, come to you.
Beautiful. And now, asking inside for the activation of your etheric Stargate.
We call for the activation of all the etheric Stargates around the world, remembering that we are in a quantum field right now. And so thousands of people all over your world at different points on the timeline, but in the same moment in the quantum field, are all coming together energetically to prepare for this next meditation.
Beautiful. And so now we are going to ask each one of you to strongly invite, with a strong intention, a 12th dimensional energy field in all the etheric Stargates.
We call for a strong 12th dimensional energy field in all the etheric Stargates and all the physical Stargates around the world. And just relax as your Stargate gently radiates a 12th dimensional energy field to you. And as it does so, relax deeper into the energy. And as you relax in that way, your own vibration will start to harmonize with the 12th dimension. As always, nothing to do, just relaxing. It happens all by itself.
And we realize that many of you are consciously aware that you have a strong connection with a particular guide or group of guides, perhaps an ascended master, perhaps an archangel, whoever it is. We are going to invite you to ask inside for their presence in your etheric stargate. And if you do not know specifically who these guides are who are special to you, we invite you just to ask for the guides who are wishing to come to you right now.
And so, beloveds, with feeling, we invite your personal guides to come energetically to you in your etheric stargate.
And just feel the energy that is coming to you. The guide or guides coming just because you asked.
Very good. And now, in this beautiful energetic where we are all connected together, we will connect into the meditation from this third day. And so, beloved ones, we invite you to relax. As you relax deeper and deeper, be aware of the energies within you. Feel your own vibration.
And we invite you right now to visualize self expanding outward in all directions, as if merging with this vast ocean of energy. Just allowing your consciousness to expand. And asking inside for all the guides that we have been working with these days to amplify their presence in this space.
We call for a gentle amplification of the guide's energies. And each one of you asking inside for an even stronger 12th dimensional energy field.
And so asking with feeling, we call for a much stronger energy field of the 12th dimension. And beloved ones, can you feel the response? Ask for even more. An even stronger energy field in this space.
We focus on this 12th dimensional energetic, because in that vibration it is very easy to switch your focus from this third dimensional reality into the quantum field. It is not something that you really do, it is just a shift of focus. And in this quantum field, you are the superconsciousness. Nothing to do. And so now we ask each one of you to invite those beings who are here from the inner city to amplify their presence here.
And so, asking inside, again with a strong intention, we call forth an amplification of the beings from Telos, bringing more of their presence here. And just feel.
And now we ask each one of you who are here present in this room right now to invite the thousands who will be participating as they listen to these recordings. We ask you to invite them to bring their energy here right now.
And so we call for the presence of the many thousands of people who have the potential of listening to these words. And just feel.
Can you feel that influx of energy? In this quantum reality, you can feel the energy, the presence of those who will be joining us in the future on this timeline, but who are here now in the quantum field. For this process, the more who are in the physical body, the more who are in this human experience, who ask and supply their intention to this process, the stronger it will be. It is the intention to accelerate both individual and human consciousness into higher levels, deeper experiencing. And so the stronger the group intention, the greater the potential for humanity. And so you have invited the Telosians to be more present, more of their energy here. Allow yourself to just gently merge your energy. Imagine or visualize them around you, and just imagine your energy and their energies dissolving into oneness. As you imagine this, you are instructing your energetic field in your yesterday. We talked about the 3 craft that have been with you these days, and we mentioned that now there are in fact 7 craft of the Galactic Command. They have joined us for several reasons. This one, Prageet, is not the only one who has an aspect in the Galactic Command. Many of you do, whether you are aware of it or not right now. Two of these craft have, during your night time, moved into the inner earth. And so they will be adding their energies from there. We mentioned in your yesterday the off-earth minerals. These were minerals which were brought from different planetary locations around your universe, where some of you have come from. We have mentioned that before you became human, you lived elsewhere. And so, wherever you have come from, wherever any person in the human form right now has come from, before they came here, there is now a mineral in this inner earth grid from your home. They were brought here, and this inner earth grid was created with these minerals and activated using your Stargate. The two craft within the earth right now will be energizing the inner earth grid. And they will start this in a moment. And what this grid does is it radiates the energy of these minerals out into the human field. And on a very subtle level, these frequencies of these minerals can begin a memory, a resonance of, I feel that energy. And it will start to remind you of home. It starts to influence, to vibrate that which we call your higher dimensional DNA. And so we are asking now for these craft to begin to energize the inner earth grid. And so they have started this process, and you might sense a very subtle energy radiating from below. It will get a little stronger after a while, but it has started already. Wherever anyone is on the earth, this energy is radiating out now. Spirit works many levels simultaneously. This is just one way one small contribution to the awakening process of humanity. Just a very soft, gentle energy radiating out into the human field, that which is sometimes called the morphic field of humanity. So just relaxing into this for a few moments, wherever you are right now. In your yesterday, you experienced an energetic field created by the masters of Lemuria. It was a complex energy. A toroidal field, but a complex one. So we are going to describe it in a little more detail right now. In your yesterday, we described this spiraling energy moving around the Stargate in both directions. And it is moving around the outer edges of the donut, as we showed you, as we tried to describe. Moving in both directions simultaneously, these two energies spiraling. As they do so, they start to draw an energy down from above, an energy which will be coming from the craft of the galactic. And these energies move down through the Stargate and into the inner Earth, and simultaneously the spiraling energy around the Stargate draws energies up from the inner Earth, from a group of Telosians working, and this will go up into the craft. As that energy gets stronger, that energy will start, the energy down, up and down through the Stargate will start also to curl around. So it will start to curl around and actually connect with this donut of energy that is spiraling faster and faster. So this is what is about to occur. Remember, you are all within this donut of spiraling energy. This next phase that we are describing, as the donut energy spirals faster, the column of energy up and down in the Stargate continues to go up and down, but parts of this energy start to curl around and join into the energies in the donut. And so the energies from the galactic and the energies from Telos start spiraling through you as you're in this energetic donut. And so it will be blowing a breeze of energy through you, which has the galactic and the Telosian energies, as well as an intensified energetic presence created by the Masters of Lemuria. A very complex energetic field. And so we are going to ask you just to participate with your presence. We ask all of you hearing these words to have the intention of participating, of allowing this incredible energetic to flow through you. Just the intention. Just visualizing as much as you can. And so we are going to start this process now. So we are going to ask you to ask once more for the Masters of Lemuria to take their positions in these two circles.
And so we call for the presence of the Masters from Lemuria. And now just feel as they come up into this space from your inner earth city, Telos. As they always do, they stand in these two circles, one around your stargate facing outward, the other around the periphery of your room facing inward. They bring their hands together over their hearts and they bow to each one of you. And so, beloved ones, nothing to do, bringing yourselves fully present this moment, here, now.
All of you who are listening to this experience on a recording, visualize yourself now, seated by the Stargate or lying down, whichever is more comfortable. Relax and allow yourself also to be here in this moment in the quantum field. And so now the Masters from Lemuria are going to start a very gentle energy flow around the Stargate. Very soft, very gentle. And as you know, it is an energy that is spiraling as it moves in both directions around the Stargate, and you are all within this spiraling energy. It's very soft and gentle right now. The two craft of the Galactic Command start to energize the inner Earth grid a little more strongly. So that energy is also radiating up from below. And now they start to spiral the energies a little faster. The energy is moving through you, spiraling around the Stargate, creating this donut shape of energy. And as it spirals a little faster, the energy starts to come up from below and down from above, connecting the craft with the Telos. And now we're going to start to spiral it even faster, and faster, and faster, and it moving through you from both directions, all directions in fact. As it moves faster and faster, the energetic beams in the center of the Stargate continue to flow up and down, but start to curve around also. And those energies start to connect into this donut shape, and these energies also start flowing through you right now. And a little faster and a little stronger, and relax into it a little more. Nothing to do. If the body gets tense, relax. more energy flowing round and round through you, and more of this energy from the center of the stargate curving into this donut shape, moving through you. The energy of Telos, the energy of the galactic, flowing through you. Feel present, nothing to do, nothing to do. Faster and faster and faster and faster. Nothing to do, staying relaxed, staying present, staying present. More and more and more, feeling the energy of the in-earth grid coming up from below, contributing to this field. And faster and faster. And now stop and relax. And relax. As you relax, these energies integrate. Nothing to do. Totally relaxed.
There is an alignment occurring for each one of you. The alignment is with your home in the stars. And so we invite you to invite your home, your family from the stars, to come closer to you than they have ever been before, right now.
Invite them to connect with you. Even deeper. Your family knows the struggle and the torment that you have lived through in these many lives. They feel your yearning to be complete. And they understand that there is still more to go. But this more is what you have been waiting for. The love and the celebration, the abundance and the clarity that will be coming, drawn to you by all you have done, all you have radiated, the love and compassion over the lifetimes that has brought humanity to this place and is propelling it rapidly into a beautiful future. Beloveds, know that you are loved beyond your imagining. You have forgotten what it feels like to be loved in the way that we love you. But, beloved ones, that experience will be returning to you. Your experience of love will continue to grow and deepen. You have done well. As you integrate these energies, you are preparing yourself for the next step in this complex meditation. When more energies will be drawn in, as has been said to you before, we welcome your feedback, we welcome your description of what you perceived, what you felt, what you noticed, or what you saw in this last experience. It helps us to attune the frequencies, the energetics, for the rest of humanity. So we invite you to assist us in this way. And so, slowly and gently now, bring your awareness back into the room. Okay.
Slowly, slowly come back. We realize it takes a bit of time, so we invite you to take your time coming back.
So, as you heard Alcazar say
Is your mic on? Okay.
at the end of that meditation, they welcome your feedback. And so, when you gently come back, if you wish to comment on that experience, that would be welcome. And because this is a really beautiful energy and you might like to come back gently, we'll take a break now. If you have questions, then put them in the box and we'll take a couple of them after the break.
So when do we come back?
In 10 minutes.
So 5 past the hour. We'll see you then.
Okay. Okay.
Welcome
So
back.
we are back again. And we've been reading some of the comments during the break, and there's lots of them. And thank you so much. So, one of the things that comes up regularly on webinars and in workshops, and that is that people say, "Oh, I fell asleep. Why did that happen?" Some of you have already heard this explanation, but we'll share it again. It's not asleep as such. What happens is that your consciousness moves to a level where the mind can't go. And in that space, you're very, very receptive. And so your intention to be really present, really participating in this meditation, allows you to move to that totally receptive space where you're receiving all the appropriate energies and the integration, etc., is happening. Then at the end of the meditation, you come back into the body, and the mind doesn't know what's happened because the mind can't go there. So the only thing that the mind can relate to is the sleep state, when you go to bed at night and you wake up in the morning and there's this gap in between. So it's not sleep, it's a place of really deep receptivity. And for those of you that are worried about missing the words, that's why we have a recording, and you can listen to the recording again and again. And in fact, one of the things that Alcazar suggests is that go through this recording again and again, because each time you do it, not only do you receive more energy, but you contribute even more energy in the quantum field to this major thing that's going to be happening in the next webinar.
So I find it so interesting that in all 3 days of this live webinar series, we've actually felt it necessary to talk about it's not sleep. It's going to a higher level. And along those lines, I felt very strongly, as I mentioned, that there's something else going on in these meditations. We know that the Stargate is a multidimensional experience and that we actually have aspects of our higher self experiencing life in other dimensions. So I thought that maybe we could ask Alcazar. First, I really want to hear him talk a little bit about why Prageet and I were both really zonked out yesterday. But also just to talk about anything that he feels to share, because it feels like in this particular meditation series, it's like there's something else going on here.
And indeed, beloved one, that is the case. And so we would like to say to all of you, much is occurring in these experiences far beyond the words describing some of the energetics. As you know, there are many guides who have been invited, few of whom have been introduced, but these guides are holding an energetic field. Your beingness responds to this energetic field that you are being held in these days. As you continue to relax, you find that your relaxation gets deeper. The deeper your ability to relax, the greater the effect these energies have upon you. So, to answer this one, Julianne, what occurred for her and Prageet in there yesterday when they were participating in the meditations of this webinar. They were both the word that comes is restructured. This is something that occurs to all of you whenever it is appropriate. It does not happen at the same time. It happens when you have allowed change to occur, and you allow this little thing to change, this piece to change, that piece to change. And then with that willingness, with those small changes that are being made, there comes a point where you can actually make a larger step to give you an image, a picture of what is occurring. And so this larger step is a restructuring of your energetics. It is moving you a little closer to that state that we call enlightenment. And there are many, many steps for each one of you. Many of these restructurings that occur. So, that is an answer for you.
Thank you.
Understand, beloved ones, that this is a multidimensional experience. Your super consciousness is working with you. Again, it is something which is just part of the overall energetic. Because of your willingness, your openness to receive, to participate, and to give in this experience, many changes can occur for you. Many of you in this last experience expressed that you could feel a connection with home. Your home in the universe, that place you came from before you became human. That is one of the many things that is a great gift to from participating in these experiences. When you feel this connection to your star family or to your home from the past, appreciate it. Say, thank you. Bring me a deeper connection. Invite your star family to continue to support you in this process of awakening. Use the connection with your star family to invite them to help you more. Okay? This is of great import. Other people have mentioned that they could feel their guides touching them, having a physical sensation from your guides. In a similar way, when you feel this, thank them and say, come closer, give me a stronger connection to you. Understand that your guides are real and they want you to know that they are real. Just because you cannot see them, just because they are on another plane of existence, does not mean that they are not real. So the reality, as it sinks into your deeper awareness, yes, my guides are real. They're touching me. They're communicating with me. As that awareness becomes deeper, you start to work with them more and more in your life. And the more you work with your guidance, the more beautiful your life becomes, the more loving, the more abundant, the more joy and celebration. So welcome any connection that you've experienced and immediately ask for it to grow, to get stronger, to have more. Okay? Very good.
Thank you. Bring me more.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
So, where are we at? Were there a couple of questions that came in during that, Ashley? Okay, we just, here's one right now.
Open the...
So if you can read them out to us, then we'll see what we can say.
Someone's asking, they're not feeling as strong as they felt during the youthing meditations and wondering why.
Everyone is unique. So everyone experiences these energies in a unique way, and it changes moment to moment depending on where you're at and what you need. Now, I think it was yesterday that or Alcazar, I'm not sure who it was anymore, said that as you become more receptive, the energies become more subtle. And it's important to understand that. It's not that you're necessarily feeling it less, but what he's also said is that the subtle energies are actually more powerful. And also, as the energies get more subtle, it's inviting you to become more receptive to these subtle energies. And so it's like the guides are kind of pulling you along into a higher and higher level of awareness in that process.
Yeah, and what I find personally as I move through Stargate meditations is sometimes my sensitivity is such that I feel the energy in this very strong way. So other times I can be listening to the exact same meditation and it's incredibly subtle. So it's just to realize your guides are constantly working with you as you are in the moment. So don't expect it to stay that way. Expect it to be a constant flow and a change.
And I'm just seeing this question from Nita, which kind of relates to this as well. She's not seeing, you can sense, she senses her guides, but not seeing anything, no names. Names aren't important right now. When you sense their energy, in the same way, just say, I can feel you. Thank you. Bring me a strong connection. One thing that is important for everyone to understand is that you won't have your guides lightly touching you if you're afraid. If that creates a response of fear, if the guides perceive that about you, then they won't have that physical touch. Similarly, you need to be very open and receptive on all levels for the inner vision to open and to be able to see the guides. I don't see the guides. And there's a beautiful story around that, but I won't tell it right now. But that ability is there to see within me, but I've chosen in this lifetime to focus on sensitivity of energies. That was Alcazar's explanation.
Well, Alcazar didn't just explain that to you. He actually...
Oh, yeah.
It's such a good story. He actually turned your inner vision on, along with another woman who was also complaining about not being able to see. And suddenly they could see auras, and she said, oh, I see Alcazar standing behind you.
Yeah.
And it was like that for a few minutes, and then turned it off again. And that's just the way that's so cool.
Yeah, it was.
Alcazar demonstrates the reality of what he's saying.
Rev Randy's, remind us of how to rejuvenate, please.
Ooh.
Well, we would suggest doing the youthing course that we did a while ago.
But I really like what Alcazar said to me the other night about it. Someone asked during our telesummit, what is rejuvenation, or like how it happens? And Alcazar said, rejuvenation, like youthing, happens as your super consciousness is felt by every cell of your body. And I was like, cool, Alcazar. And so it feels like this work we're doing now, I'm sure, is a deepening of the...
Everything is connected, yeah. If you haven't experienced the youthing course, I would highly recommend it. It's available at our website. And thousands and thousands of people have experienced it. And we've had hundreds of emails explaining the different changes that have happened to them through that process.
Mm-hmm. And someone is saying, is more subtle energy the same as a higher vibration?
It could be.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, no.
There we go.
Okay, so I think let's...
and someone's saying, you seem to make a difference between one's star family and home if that idea is correct, then how are they different? We're not using those two differently.
No.
What Alcazar says is there are all the various star families, and then there's the family from that place that you call home.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so one thing that Alcazar mentioned yesterday was that we're all slowly evolving, and we're doing it in a gentle way and sharing it as we go along. And then he also made this really interesting short channeling about popcorn. And so we're going to play that to you now, because he's talking about how the evolution of humanity as a whole is happening. Okay, so let's put that on, and Jules has created a few pictures to go along with it.
This might just be my all-time favorite Alcazar concept.
So tune in and just listen to this one. It's a short one. So your use of the word pop is very nice, because if you think about making popcorn, it is very similar. When you start, 1 or 2 kernels pop, and then slowly, a few more start, and then a few more, and then suddenly there's lots popping. And after the cycle is complete, there's always a few kernels at the bottom that didn't pop. What is occurring here with humanity is this evolution, and in exactly the same way as that image, there are some of you who are way showers, for want of a better phrase, who are popping first. You came to do this. You're doing it in lots of different ways. Some people are doing it on a large scale internationally. Some people are doing it very locally with their friends. It is all part of the same movement. And those kernels at the bottom that didn't pop, those people that don't get it as this process moves on, they will simply leave the body and come back again in an environment where the energy is much higher. And then they'll pop this time around. So it's going to happen for all, eventually. What we were saying in your yesterday is that because the focus now is in enlightenment of the whole planet, it is not so much about individual enlightenment. And so many who have come to assist in this process are not rushing ahead to become enlightened. They are taking it step by step and sharing their energy, their understanding, their insights. And then as they have shared it to whatever degree is appropriate for them, then they take the next step on their personal growth or personal evolution. So in a sense, you don't have to worry about how do I slow myself down. No, you just do your own experiencing. And it is your superconsciousness that is supporting you moving at the correct speed, in the correct way for your individual self. We just wanted to say in your yesterday that this is what is happening. That the focus is not so much on an individual achievement. And so many of you are, without being aware of it, slowing down this process in order to share it. So it's not something that you have to think about. It's just something that when you are aware of it, then there is less chance of your own self-judgment about not moving fast enough. I've been on this path all my life. How come I'm not enlightened? Huh? Or how come I'm still struggling with this problem or that problem? Rather than thinking you are struggling with a particular problem that you haven't resolved yet, maybe start looking and saying, oh, I am getting to know this problem intimately from all the different angles. Because with that deep intimacy of this particular problem, when it is time for you to resolve it, you can share that understanding in a way that many can follow, because you can express it in many different ways.
So Brigitte was surprised that we came back.
Okay, so we have one more meditation, which will bring us towards the end of this webinar. So again, we're going to invite you just to relax and close the eyes. Feel again your etheric stargate. Invite it to come. Ask for a 12th dimensional energy field. And we'll move into the second meditation. And again, we'll turn the camera off. So relax, go inside, be comfortable. And so, beloved ones, allow these soft sounds to guide you into deep relaxation. Letting go of everything. Letting go even of the effort to be aware. Allow this soft music and these very gentle energies to relax and nourish you. Not trying to achieve anything except nourished by the sounds and the energies. A time for regeneration and integration. Nothing to do. If it feels as if you are drifting off into sleep, allow it. Nothing to do. The multitude of guides are still with you. Holding you in their energetic embrace. Allow yourselves to relax as a small child, an infant, relaxes into the arms of their mother after having just had a delicious meal from the breast, and now dozing in absolute contentment, whilst the mother watches on in love and awe.
and beloved ones, you are about to be joined by the fairy realm. And so just asking inside, inviting the Fae, and feel they gently bring their energy here.
The Blessed Mother wishes to embrace you now. So just feel as she shares her love with you as you relax. Divine motherly energy coming softly to you. In this your morning, you have done so much, far beyond what the mind can imagine. And this is a period to simply allow a realignment within. A moment of relatively stillness.
And beloveds, the sunlight is shining into this space. And so we invite you to feel the energy of the sun. For just as your earth has consciousness, so does your solar system. So just, if you wish, inviting the radiant being who is your sun, and feel.
We are with you now. We are with you always, in all ways. Slowly, slowly, very gently, you are extracting yourself from duality. It cannot be rushed, hurried. It can only be allowed and witnessed. There is the perfect timing for this. And that timing does not depend upon you. You cannot accelerate it. Patience is needed. But know, and know it well, you are slowly withdrawing from separation. And you will all have the experience of living in oneness in the human body, and the incredible joy, bliss, depths of love that you have not yet touched upon will all be yours to experience. You will live in a body of perfect health. You will discover the joys of creating consciously your own particular form of abundance. The whole universe awaits for these times. We are waiting for humanity to evolve. You and others like you are the guiding light that others will follow. and for this gift to others. You will be the first to experience that which we have described. And in that experiencing, you will share it with others. The course is set. It will not be changed. That much is certain now. Bring joy into your life now. Do not wait. Love yourself as you are, knowing you are in transition. Love yourself as you are now, knowing that there is a timing to this, and that timing is beyond you. So you can relax, you can enjoy, because, beloved ones, the more you relax, the more you enjoy, the more you draw forth that moment of transition. The more joy you live, the sooner the transition into the oneness. Appreciate yourself, all that you are, and all that you have done. We have talked in these days of the thousands that will be listening and participating in this energy work. Thousands from around the world. We hope and we invite that each one of you also listens again, because you have been through this experience. When you listen again and contribute once more your energies, your contribution will be even more powerful. Can you feel that? And for those who are listening for the first time, we invite you also to listen again. The energies that will be completed by your tomorrow will be a great force of change, a loving acknowledgement for everyone here on your earth. A loving acknowledgement that will allow so much of the darkness to dispel, the darkness of low frequency. You have all lived in that darkness, in that low energy in the past. And you have brought the light into it. Now, with this invitation, there are thousands of others bringing their love and their light into the darkness. And the celebration has already started around your universe. Nothing to do. No special way to be. Allowing the perfection of this moment, when there is no judgment, there can be a beautiful acceptance of now, this moment. And take a few minutes with no rushing at all. Take a few minutes to gently come back, but bring this energy with you. Do not disconnect from it. Be with this stillness, this peace, and bring it gently back as you bring your awareness into the room. Okay. So, back again. That meditation was designed to help us integrate the energies from the first one today. And again, so it's coming back gently. If you wish to stay in this energy field for longer,
Please do so.
please do so. This is the third day, and it's the build-up for the main event, which is happening in the next webinar, the fourth day. And so there's not much more to add to that, is there?
No.
We're feeling just in a very lovely space right now. There's just something that I wanted to show you, which some of you have seen, but most of you have not. It's a little pendant stargate. People have been asking for these for many, many years. And we finally found an incredible artist in Greece who's made these tiny, tiny, extremely accurate stargates, which can be worn as a pendant. They're actually made from silver, and then they have a 24-karat gold plating on top.
Aren't they beautiful?
And we have two types. There's the shiny gold, which you can kind of get a sense of here, but we also have it in the matte gold as well. And these are new. We haven't even got them on our website yet, but they're going to be available very soon. So with that, I think we'll leave you for today.
So we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. Much love. Take care. Bye-bye.